Y'all gonna go?
Alright. Let me know when you're ready, brother. Alright, let's go, man.
You sure?
Come on, man. This is. Ah, shit. Alright.
Oh man. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Mom versus the Heart podcast. I'm your host Jamal, and I'm here with.
D.
All right, D man. Tell people about yourself, bro. Tell them what you do.
What's up, everybody? I'm D. I'm a photographer. I'm a musician. College student.
Any involvement on campus at UNT?
I am Greek. I'm a Sigma.
That's about it.
Yeah,
So what made
bro?
So what made you get into photography, bro?
Actually, bro, I'm very into art. Like it's very cool, bro. It's a way for everybody to express themselves. And like me, I'm a person that's like very genuine, and like I like creating moments, and like photography is a way to create moments, and it's a way to not create moments for myself, but also to create moments for others. So I felt like photography was a way for me to do that.
So how long does it usually take, man, the whole photography process? Like how long does that take?
It depends on like what you
like if you do a photo shoot for somebody, right?
Yeah.
And then you take, let's see, like how many pictures would you normally take? Or that depends on the person.
It just depends on what the client wants. Some studio shoots range from like an hour to maybe even 30 minutes, depending on if they want like headshots, they want a whole concept shoot. Sometimes if I'm shooting a basketball game, it may take like an hour 30, 2 hours. Editing process, it just depends on how much they need. Like it just depends on the type of situation. Shoot,
Right.
how long you take when I took your pictures?
Man. I had a lot of pictures though. I had a lot of pictures. I gotta come back on to get some more pictures. I ain't gonna count. But we ain't gonna waste no time, man. We'll get right into it, bro. So I got a question for you, man.
That's never good.
So if you could name, I would say, because you well tapped into social media and stuff like that and what's going on in our generation for the most part.
Sure.
For the most part. You know, what are 3 things that you can say, I guess, that we could fix as a generation that you think? Relationship wise, maybe.
For one, stop basing relationships off of the next person. Like what you see somebody else doing, or like that famous figure doing. Stop basing it off of a song. What do you mean by that? A lot of people, they're city girls and like Sexy Red, and they start like singing it so much, but like people don't know, and it's a whole different type of conversation, but like music holds spirits and like all types of stuff, and the more that you say that, like there's power in the tongue, the more that you say that, you gonna start thinking that, and then next thing you know, you're gonna start moving like that.
You're gonna live it subconsciously and you realize it.
So like, and then really I don't even have a third. It's really just that. And then like a lot of relationships are based on, I know appearance is like a major thing. Like appearance, okay, like for a lot of people, like, you know, you want somebody who looks good, you know, everything. But dang, like I even know people who base their relationships just off of how they look. Like they see their Instagram pictures and like they don't go beyond that. Like I see them on social media, they look good, but I don't care about other stuff. Like they look good.
Right.
And it's like they fit their image. It's more to an image. Like are they actually making you happy? Are they actually like take care of you as you take care of them? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people miss that in this generation because they just so caught up on the apparel or how many followers they have, who they attract. Are they around a certain crowd of people that like, you know what I'm saying? Are they around that It Factor crew? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that type of stuff is like, it's kind of corny, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of corny.
It's kind of corny, man. Cause like and then you wonder why your stuff don't last no longer than a week. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah.
So do you think, in a relationship, right, do you think that you should always go based upon the factor of happiness? Like if you're not happy, do you think you should always you know, it's like saying you might not be happy for a couple of days with your partner, or maybe a week, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Do you think, oh well, I'm not happy, I should just leave? You know, a lot of people in our generation, we're really quick to leave in our generation, bro. You know, we don't really stick it out, get out the mud. We don't really, the ride or die fact's not there no more. So what you think about that?
I feel like in this generation, a lot of people are focused on the reward and not the journey.
That's
Like
deep.
when it comes to a relationship, it's not always going to be sunshine and all that good stuff. There's gonna be rainy days. There's gonna be hard times. There's gonna be times where y'all disagree. Y'all might have y'all's rough patches, but the fact of y'all sticking together is what makes the relationship so special. Like, when you say stuff like that, that just makes me worry about the future of marriages and everything. Cause say like, I ain't happy for 3 days. Fuck it, I'm getting divorced. Like, it's over. No, like, y'all supposed to stick it out. Y'all supposed to work together. Y'all supposed to be one. Like, I feel like this generation is missing the factor of becoming one when it's like difficult times. Like, when y'all are in a relationship, y'all don't work as individuals in the relationship. Y'all are supposed to come even more together when times get harder. So I feel like that's the factor that's missing in like a lot of these relationships, and that's what like kind of torments like, like what's going on. So happiness is a factor, yes. I'm not saying just go through the dumps with the person and just like, okay, look, it's totally different if they just like, if they just horrible, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know when to get out of it. But I'm saying, like, don't just leave when there's like a rough patch. Like, if y'all just have a rocky couple days, if anything, come together and like work it out. Because the more that y'all separate, the more that y'all are like messing up, like what y'all have.
The more distance it is, the worse it's going to become. Yeah. So you think, because you said happiness isn't the only factor, right? So what are some factors that you think should play a part in having a healthy relationship?
Loyalty, love, understanding, and comprehension of each other.
Comprehension, like that.
Like understanding, and like a lot of people say listening. No,
comprehension.
Listen. It's nothing for thing to go one end out the other. Comprehend what the person is saying. Like, I mean, for instance, like, it's a lot of times where arguments happen. Y'all are arguing to get y'all's points across. Y'all not arguing to understand each other. Like, that's another thing. That's why I said understanding. Y'all need to come together and
we're preaching, y'all.
No, it's not even that. Like, it's not. It ain't even like I'm preaching. I'm just like, this is common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you'll be surprised
if y'all are partners, right? Like, it's like a project. Like, if y'all are partners and we have to work this project out together, we both have to come together to make this thing work. A relationship is like a project. Y'all both have to come together and do y'all's part to make this thing work. So, for instance, like you said, what are some things that make the relationship come together? Coming together. Coming together, understanding each other, listening, finding out stuff about each other, paying attention to the little things. Like, everybody
Details.
wants to do everybody wants to do the big stuff. You know, I'm gonna take you to Del Frisco. We gonna go to Bora Bora and I'm gonna take you on vacation. Okay, how about this? Did you pay attention to how she feels when you do this? How about this little gesture that she likes that you do? Did you pay attention to that favorite song that she has? Did you pay attention to that movie that she says she likes? How about the little things like the picnics and, like, you know, she said, hey, I like this type of flavor of candy, or I like this type of thing. Did you even pay attention to that type of stuff? How about going to the store or going to the mall and, like, you know, hey, you said you like this. I saw this and it made me think of
some
you.
Perfume or something like that.
It's like the little stuff. You can't even do that, but you ready to take a trip. And I feel like that's another thing. A lot of people are so focused on this big stuff coming from social media. They're focused on this big stuff. Y'all see these couples out of the country doing all this stuff. Though that is nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to do that too. A lot of that, be honest, y'all, I hate to be that guy, but that ain't in y'all budget right now. I don't know, but like a lot of y'all, like, y'all be trying to go above and beyond. Bro.
Hey, you keep it real.
How about you like work up to that? Y'all be trying to take people, like, that's what be filling these females' heads up. Y'all taking them on trips 2 weeks into the relationship. Now their expectations is at that level because it's like, well, this guy did this for me in 2 weeks. And it's been a month and I ain't even been out of the state. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, just pay attention. Well, I named it basically, but I didn't went all over the place. I'm sorry,
man, you
y'all.
Good. No, that was real. That was real. Yeah, you have to get it out. It's okay. That's the point of the podcast.
Like, I know for me, like, when I'm dating a girl, like, I pay attention to the little things. Like,
the details matter.
Yeah, like the details really matter. Like, okay, I'm a musician. A lot of things I hear on my gigs are details matter. I play drums. So, like, details from me matter. Moments are created based upon my feel. So, how does that apply to a relationship? In a relationship, the little details matter. The little details are what create those big moments that y'all try to live up, that y'all see on social media. If you can't even remember just to text her good morning or check on her or pay attention to her attitude or the way she acts to let you know that she's upset, how can you expect to do the big stuff and get to the other stuff later on? You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of stuff gets rushed in this generation, and it's throwing everybody's mental into a different place and throwing off everybody's expectations. Nobody knows how to just genuinely love anymore. People look at love as you buying me all this expensive stuff, or you booking me this flight.
Yeah, tend monetary things. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's a plus. Like, the material things, that's cool. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. Like, I like when my girl buy me stuff.
Hey, you sound like my girl buy me stuff.
I like my girl buy me stuff. But I'm saying, like, that's not all that matters to me. Like, my girl could not buy me nothing, and I'ma still love her for who she is, because she's been that to me. You know what I'm saying? But like,
do you think that works for on the guy's end though? Like, if a guy doesn't buy his girl anything, do you think she would still love him or like him to that extent, like you would like your girl, she didn't buy you anything?
Honestly, the right girl, yes.
The right girl?
I'm not gonna say all girls are literally, just out here expecting men to buy them stuff for them to love them. But I'm saying, like, there are females out here like that, but I don't feel like all women move like that. I feel like there are a lot of women who still have values and morals, and they understand it's not about the material things at the end, because at the end of the day, it ain't gonna be the material things that's saving you when you down in the dumps in the hospital. It ain't gonna be the material things when you in that pregnancy room and
giving birth to that baby
right there.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be the material things when your husband is laying on his deathbed and you gotta sit there. He can't buy you no purse to make you feel better for losing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real stuff like that you have to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like women, everybody plays a part. I can't even just center out women. Like, guys too. There are guys out here that expect women to just do stuff for them, whether it not be buying them stuff, but how they move, like to submit to them. Like, don't get me wrong, like, women, women, they cater to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible talks about that, the man being the head, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way to do it though. It's a respect. I feel like there's a line of respect on mutual ends. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at the situation.
Yes. So do you believe in the 50-50 type of thing?
I knew this question was coming.
Let's talk about it.
I wouldn't exactly say 50-50, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I need y'all to hear me before y'all judge me, because I know how this gonna go. I believe in 100-100. There are going to be days where a partner may not be able to give as much as you. They might have their rough stages. This is why I harped on what I said earlier. I know we were talking about arguments, but I'm saying love doesn't come from, love doesn't come from just the material things. Love comes from seeing your person at that lowest, and the person seeing you at that lowest and seeing how they treated you while you were building back up. There are always going to become times where a partner may have a rough patch or a rough time in their life. And that's where the love of the other partners comes in, because it's like, I see you at your lowest right now. I want to be here for you while you build back up, and I even want to help you. So it's not exactly like a 50-50 thing. It's we're going to come together and we're going to give it all that we have, and we're going to help each other grow.
Relationship is 100-100.
Right. Like, everybody has to give all they have, because it's not always going to be equal. It's not always going to be equal.
I'll argue it'll probably never be equal.
Now, hold on. Let me say this too. Now, if the other person just doing everything and you sitting here like, and you sitting like, they not doing anything and you sitting here suffering,
gotta go.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a trying thing. It's like I'm applying what I can. I'm there for you, as best as I can. As long as y'all are there for each other, that's 100-100 to me. Like, just stand by each other. Be each other's like other half, you know what I'm saying? No, that's not 50-50. But I'm saying, like, be there for each other, and that helps. You know what I'm saying? That's considered 100-100 in my eyes, at least. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So on the I don't know if you've seen this video, but it was on TikTok. It's on YouTube. It's Shannon Sharp, right?
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp. He had Kirk Franklin on his podcast.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one? Yeah, they was talking about dates and relationships and stuff like that. Just touching on it briefly, and they was bringing up dates, and they was bringing up Kirk Franklin was saying Because you was bringing up dates and working within your budget, and once you introduce like a girl to a certain type of date, it may be hard to come. You have to keep up with that. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted you to kind of expand on that for the guys out there, because you've seen the comments on the videos or certain things of that nature where guys are somewhat confused on where to take girls out. They don't know where to go, what to do, how to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're confused because that list that's out about Cheesecake Factory, Olive Garden, you know what I'm saying, Red Lobster, all that. They're confused on where to go now because guys are just be like, what are we supposed to do? So if you had to tell some guys out there where maybe some good places to take a girl out or a lady out, what would you say?
I ain't gonna lie. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying just take the girl anywhere. Now, quality does matter. Don't get me wrong. But the date is for y'all to get to know each other. Like, y'all are experiencing each other. You know what I'm saying? Yes, quality matters. Like, now, if a girl tell me I can't take her to Cheesecake Factory or, like, Olive Garden or something like that, I got to take you and spend $500 on you and I barely even know you.
And you'd be surprised, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, no.
Gotta go.
Like, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem taking a girl on a quality date. I have no problem doing that at all. Now, when you start ODing and acting arrogant and entitled, like, I deserve this. Well, you'll get this when you show me that you worth my time. Because at the end of the day, it's like you saying, well, you got me out the house, so I deserve this. I got out the house for you too. I decided to put my other plans aside for you as well. I decided to spend my hard-earned money on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times, like, not all women, but there are women out here, the way that they're judging this is based upon just themselves. And that tells me off rip that I don't need to be with you because now you're selfish. That's what that is to me. It's like, okay, if this is how you value this, then this just shows me off rip that you're selfish. Because at the end of the day, you're not valuing my time either. So now off rip, I can tell, oh, it's all about you. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like in situations like that, when it comes to dates, as far as where to take them, bro, take them where you feel is best. Like, don't just take her anywhere, but, like, be reasonable. Like, if you know the situation, if you're just trying to get to know her, then, like, take her somewhere where y'all can talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know females out here, like, this is just me personally, I know females out here who really don't even think like that. Like, the main females that are saying stuff like that are the main ones that's still single, and now you see why. But the ones that really just value your time and trying to get to know you and know how you are, who you are as a person, they won't really care. They just want to be with you. You could take them to get like some ice cream or something. You could take them to, like, go bowling or, like, just the little things, but they're just gonna enjoy your time.
Well, we gotta clarify. You know what I'm saying? Because with what you just said, I think that's under the impression that the girl already likes the guy, where she just wants to be, up under him, stuff like that. Right. We talking about when you first meet the girl, because I've seen. I've been told, like, the bowling and the arcade, stuff like that. I've been told, man, that's childish. I've been told.
I can believe that.
Some girls told me, are we in middle school? I'm like,
no, definitely. I'm like, what? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
For a first date, okay,
just for the guys out there to clarify.
For the guys, okay, cool. Like, if a girl tells you that's childish, then yeah, that is, because we was kind of doing that. Well, shoot, y'all was going on dates in middle school. I was going to the movies. I ain't gonna lie. But I was going to the movies, hoping I could sneak a kiss or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it.
Yeah.
So, take her to sit down to eat, bro. Like, take her to sit down to eat, or take her to, like, a museum. Like, it's stuff like, it's many things. It just depends on what you're trying to do. Like, you can take her to, like I ain't gonna lie, I don't care, bro. You can knock Cheese Factory all you want. That is actually quality time, bro. That's a quality meal right there. Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Pappadeaux. I don't care, bro. Take her. Like, bro, if she don't like that, bro, that's actually good quality for a first date, bro. Now, if she wants you to go spend $300, $400 on her for a first date. We gotta go
to downtown Dallas,
like,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
The 5-star restaurants.
5-star, like, if she trying to get you to pay rent for a first date, like, okay, that's different. Like, she might not be your speed, my guy. Like, but I mean, like, just pay attention to the little stuff. Pay attention to, like, what she expects out of you. You know what I'm saying? That stuff really does, like, play a part, bro. So, like, I gave y'all options, bro. Basically, almost everything on that list that they said don't do. Like, do that joint, bro. And if she can't appreciate that for a first date, then like, God, I think you know what to do. And if you don't do that, and you want to waste your money and do all that just for her to probably go leave and go do that, like go do that with somebody else, bro, then that's on you. But like, bro, there's nothing wrong with taking a shorty to like Cheesecake Factory, Papa Do's, like the standard restaurant. There's nothing wrong with that. And if she focuses just on that, then she's probably not for you.
Right. So what do you think is the whole thing? Because we spoke on social media, we spoke on, you know, men and guys and girls, stuff like that. What do you think the whole cancel culture thing is? And why do you think so many guys, you'll be surprised, bro, of how many guys come into my DMs explaining what they want to say, but they're so scared to comment under the actual, like, my clips on Instagram, whatever the case may be, and it's because they're scared of being canceled. Or they'll come on my show and they'll be real hesitant to really say what they gotta say because they're so afraid of being canceled. And so why do you think that is? Why do you think so many guys are so scared to kind of just tell, be honest, why do you think so many guys are scared to tell girls what they really think and what they really believe?
Because they gonna get clowned.
Think so?
Ain't no thing. Females take stuff like that seriously, you know, like they might joke about it, but they really are taking that into a factor, you know, and I can understand as a guy, like even me right now, I'm scared shitless, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna keep it real because at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying anything offensive.
Yeah.
I'm just telling it how it is.
Yeah, you just
like,
keeping it real.
Like, I'm being real. Like, this is what we see every day. This is every day. What I'm saying is something that you see in every day. Like, literally, like, I'm
That's
not
why I
saying
have to bring
anything,
up the cancel culture.
Like, I'm not saying anything that's trying to, like, undergrade, like degrade anybody. I'm sorry. Degrade anybody or like throw anybody under the bus. I'm just calling it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, canceling culture is just like, I feel like canceling is like a joke sometimes in some situations.
Okay.
In some situations. Now, don't get me wrong. Like when you start saying stuff like women just need to follow your lead and shut up and shit like that. Like when you start degrading, I feel like that's when the canceling happens for real. Like when you start trying to be too cool and start trying to make it seem like you just run
that guy.
Like that's where that stuff
Timothy.
But like when you get into situations of that nature, that's when it's easy to that's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna come on here and talk as if like I'm that guy and the woman just needs to do what I say. I know what I'm talking about. She's delusional. You know?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Canceling comes from, I'm trying to make sure I say this right because I got so many thoughts going. But
yeah, you good, bro.
Canceling is a result of the man's own actions. Truth be told.
You think so?
Yes. Like it's the man and even women, like it's their own actions. It's like it's them. It's like canceling comes from their own mental perspective. Like y'all cancel people just because of like, and I can defend both sides. Y'all cancel people because of how they think. Like you got to think about it. This is their perspective.
Pretty much.
And y'all cancel them because you just don't agree with what they said.
Pretty much.
That's canceling. So.
Yeah.
If that's what that is, if you're canceling me because you don't respect my opinion, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really care.
It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's my perspective. It's my logic. You're not me, so I don't expect you to agree with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's my approach on it. I hope I answered that right.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like I mean, everybody has a right to their own opinion, and I feel like canceling comes because they don't respect the opinion. Like they don't like the opinion. And don't get me wrong, some of these opinions be outrageous. Like I am one of those guys that be like, that is stupid. Like you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this too. I might say, yeah, that's stupid, but that's your logic. I'm not calling you stupid, but I'm saying that logic was stupid. And
so let me ask you, do you date outside your race? Do you date outside black girls? No.
Nah, it's not a preference. I just never have had a girl that was just outside of the black preference. I mean, I love my sisters, and I mean, I love sisters, and I'm not saying I don't love the women that's outside of my
race,
for sure. But I'm saying
just
like
your
I just
preference,
never. It's not even a preference. It's just I've never had one.
Oh yeah,
I've never had one, and like I mean, no disrespect. I'm cool with everybody. I love
Right.
everybody. I feel like everybody brings their own quality to the table, but I just have never dated outside of my sisters. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Yeah.
So as a guy, right, when you see a woman that's, I guess you could say, you know, the new norm is outside. When you see a woman that's always outside, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and third, or she going, you know, you know how it is at the parties and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, you see the same girls at the parties. What goes through your mind when you see that? Is it like a, man, I want to take her serious? It's just like a.
It's not even that I just want to take her. It's just like, I mean, I can't say nothing about you if you take care of your business.
But let me know.
I can't say nothing. Like, okay, you always outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
You outside and you just having a good time. You know what
Oh,
I'm
but
saying?
you still handling business. when it's
Yeah,
time to handle
like,
business
yeah,
now.
like, now if you just out here, like, okay, we college students, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I ain't ever seen you one time on campus, unless you're taking online classes, let me say that. Unless you're taking online classes, if I ain't never seen you on campus or like had a conversation with you and you ain't never like talked about school, or if you can't bring up anything, but you can always bring up some party coming up, or you always seen outside, I might shy away from you because it's like, okay, you're not really where I am mentally. You're not where I am. You're not what I'm on. You in your little area where you just trying to have fun. And I'm not that.
Yeah,
like
not with
I'm
that,
not.
yeah.
Like I'll go outside. I'll pop out occasionally. Cool. Like, you know what I'm saying. But that's not me.
Yeah.
I don't like always, like, that's too accessible to me in a way. Like, I don't really like everybody having access to me. Now, I'm not saying everybody has access to you going to all these parties. You might be at the parties and you might be stuck up into yourself with your friends. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Bougie, like-
bougie, but like, I mean, at the same time, that's you.
Yeah.
I can't take that from you. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no type of way towards you wanting to go have a good time. I don't feel no type of way, because, you know, like, there are people, okay, I'll say it this way, there are people who never, like, when they were younger, they never had times to really just go and be free.
Yeah.
So
Their
this is
parents
their
were strict,
time.
yeah.
Like, this is their time. Like, you know, like, I can do what I want now. Like, this is me. But with that comes you having to learn how to maneuver that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Balance,
So with me, the way I look at, I value all of these things when looking at a woman of that nature, like, that's always outside. Because it's like, okay, yeah, you always outside. Another thing is, that means you also probably learning how to control yourself. Or learning, like, you haven't hit that vein where it's like, this is cool. I think I want to chill. I think I can sit down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you learn that, and I'm going to stay back.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you learn that. I'm gonna be over here.
I'm going to be over here. I'm good on that.
So my last question for you is, bro, before I turn over to you, I guess you could just give me 3 things that you value the most in a woman. What are 3 things you value the most in a woman?
I'm a man of God, so first I gotta see, like, how in tune you are with God, or if you even want to learn about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that really plays a factor in where I am and where I'm headed. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that first. Your intellect.
Okay.
You know, your intellect. What are your desires? What are your dreams? What are your goals? Like, what are you trying to do with your life? How can I play into that? Can I play into that? Like, can I even help that? How can you help me? Like, you know, what do you, like, it's not even just about what I see in you, but what do you even see in me before we go any further? Because I ain't gonna lie, women might just see you as a quick access.
Yeah.
Quick access.
Yeah.
They might see you as somebody to help them.
Yeah.
They might see you as, like, you know, just somebody to flex with.
Yeah.
Women do that too. Y'all
Yeah.
think it's just men that use females to flex? No. Women do that too. Women do that too. So I look at all those things. And third, then some looks. Like, looks play a heavy factor. Like, not like that, but like looks, like, you know, you want somebody that's quality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
we look
good.
at the heart, we look at the personality, but like, you want someone that looks good as well.
Yeah, you gotta look good. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, I look at those 3 mainly.
Okay.
Like, you know, those are my main things.
Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna just turn it over to you, bro. I mean, if you got any questions for me or anything you want to discuss.
Okay. What made you start this particular podcast? Not just a podcast, but like this
A
particular
relationship podcast,
Yeah.
basically. Man, I had a conversation with my aunt, and she was telling me that I would be a good psychologist. My major psychology,
Right.
and my minor's journalism. So I was having a conversation with my aunt. She was like, "Man, you'll be a good psychologist. You should look into it."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Huh." So I came back after break. It was like after winter break. I came back to school. I looked into it. I was like, "Okay, I like it. But what am I gonna do with it?" I said, "Well, everybody kind of always coming to me about relationship stuff. I mean, I study it. I'm been told I'm pretty good at it. Pretty good at giving advice for whatever the case may be." And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into that. So my career that I want to go into is I want to be a relationship and marriage psychologist. That's what I want to do. And so the podcast came in because I always say I want to start a podcast, but I don't want to just get on here and talk about, no disrespect to any podcasts that do this or people that do this, but I don't want to get on here and talk about sports or whatever the case may be. I want to talk about something that can really influence my generation and maybe steer us back into the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of falling off, as you can see. Yeah, and so that's really what made me want to do it, bro. And I want to just give guys, girls, a group of guys, a group of girls, have them all just come on here and just discuss. Because I don't think each gender is aware of what each gender wants. Honestly,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's
and
a whole different conversation.
Yeah. And let me break that down, because if guys really knew, if it was easy to know what a woman wants, there wouldn't be YouTube episodes, not just my podcast, big podcasts telling guys how to be attractive to women, how to get women.
That's TikTok too.
Yeah, TikTok.
Tips on how to make her smile.
You
tips on how to make her day.
It's hard, Guys don't know.
Like, but that comes into how women propose it and project it. You know what I'm saying? Like some women. Yeah. Women have a mind of their own.
They do.
They definitely have a mind of their own. So like when it comes to relationships, it's easy for the guy to think like, oh, this is gonna be a breeze. But now with this generation, it's like,
they require a lot.
Like in this generation, like think about but at the same time, you got to think about. I can't even I'm not even going against my guys because I mean, I'm just saying think about how hard it is for guys to do the easy things these days for women. Like a lot of times, I have sisters, I have homegirls that talk about this type of stuff. I've had these conversations with them, and they'll say it's rare to see a guy even bring that girl flowers anymore.
And that's why that's the other flip side of the what I was getting into when it comes to how hard it is for guys. Bring the girls on here and let them say what they want. Let them say what they need in a relationship, whatever the case may be. And so guys can just hear it. You can hear it in 4K. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can just... If they know what they want. I was about to say... if they know what they want.
Not even just that. Not even if they know what they want. If what they want is actually reasonable.
Realistic.
But see,
that's another way you can look at it. If it's not realistic, now okay, some girls think like this, man. It's guys out there. It's a lot of guys out there, man. They ain't never even had a real conversation with the woman, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now you can see many girls from different backgrounds. That they do different things, different majors, whatever the case may be. Okay, this is how she thinks. This is how she thinks. It's all. I'm asking the questions for them so they can answer them. So it's all in 4K so you can see it. So it's really just to help my generation, brother, in a nutshell, our generation, brother, in a nutshell, the best that I can.
Because they need help.
Because I'm only one person, I'm only one person, you know what I'm saying?
We need all the help we can get. This generation, Lord Jesus. I pray over us every day. But, they just... It's a problem. It's bad, bro.
It's a problem, man. It's a problem.
So far with the podcast, with the people that you've brought on, what's one of your most memorable ones?
Ooh, man.
Not even in a way of just the way I'm saying it is who's been on here so far that you feel has really made a point of what you're looking for.
First let me say this: all of them have contributed in many different ways.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Watched all of them.
Yeah, they've all contributed in different ways. If I had to say one, I would either have to say, either Creighton or George. Okay. Male wise. And I say that simply because Creighton's his show was a little different. The questions he was asking me was a little different. Our conversation was a little different. It was a little bit more and I don't know if I'm using the right word, but this is the only way I know how to say it. It was a little bit more sound. It was a little bit more, nah, man, like, you doing this, that's going the wrong way. He was actually really putting guys on some sort of game, you know what I'm saying, out there, because he's well, you know, he knows what he's talking about. So he was actually putting guys on game, and George's point of view was it was different simply because of his background that he came from, a traditional household, a man being a provider, and a woman, you know, being a feminine one, whatever the case may be. He comes from that type of household. So now his mind is like, okay, well, this is kind of what I want. He's an influence, you know, George got a lot of followers on Instagram and stuff like that. So, and to be honest with you, as we know, a lot of girls will kind of want that type of guy, if that makes sense. You know, a traditional type of guy, masculine guy. So he came on the show, and that's how he thinks. So now the girls know, okay, well, if I want a guy like a little similar to, you know, a traditional masculine guy, whatever the case may be, okay, well, this is kind of how he thinks. So now I kind of know. So that's why I say George and Creighton, just because the lessons that they presented in the episode, I think.
And I feel that on the traditional, because, like, don't get me wrong, I came from my parents. My parents were separated. Okay. But, like, I was always around my mom, and I saw, like, how she, growing up with my mom, I had no choice but to learn how to be a gentleman. Like, opening the door for my mom. Like, my mama made it simple. She was like, no, you open the door. You open the door. You do this. You do this. And, like, so I feel like, yes, the traditional, like, I want to touch on that. Traditional household does play a key role because it's good to have both parents there. But me, speaking from a point of, I'm going to be with my mama this weekend. I'm going to be with my dad. Yeah. I had to learn it from them being in separate households. But having both parents really helped me to learn, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Like, you know, and that really does help when looking at relationships, because even when I look at my relationship, though I didn't have the traditional parent household, I had a point of view that helped me to understand, like, this is the right way to move.
You still have the influences there. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Influence is very important. That's another thing, like, when you ask me about giving the advice on how to, it's like, it don't even just have to come from me. Like, like you're saying, some guys really don't know. It might not be because of the woman and how she's carrying herself these days. It might be how they grew up. Not trying to knock it, but it might be how they grew up. They might not have learned that stuff growing up, so they might not know. They might be learning at this point, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because, like, I mean, everybody gotta learn somehow. You know, everybody gotta learn. So whether it be from your mistakes or it be from experience, like, you know what I'm saying, like, everybody gotta learn. So I feel like this platform is a space not only for people to grow in relationship standpoints, but to also learn a relationship standpoint. Because like,
appreciate that, man.
This generation, for real, like, this generation needs it. And I hate to talk like I'm old. I hate to talk like I'm old. I'm probably younger than
nah, but you just keeping it real,
like,
bro.
I hate to talk like I'm young. I'm only 20. I'm 21. But like, from what I've seen, just being in college, and I ain't gonna say I'm just the most innocent. I done been player. Like, everybody had their little shine, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, we all know what's right, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like college, I talk about this all the time. College is not school lessons. College is life lessons.
It is, man.
Relationships are a part of life. You know what I'm saying? Everything plays a hand in each other. Like, and I feel like this space helps to develop the relationship standpoint. And I feel like the more people that tune in, they're not only learning what to do, but they're learning what not to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the people that you bring on here are very influential. Like, true, like, the people that you bring on here are gems. They're gems to this campus, and like, these classes that have come, like, they're familiar faces. So like, I feel like with you bringing these people on and allowing them to express themselves, it's really allowing people to see not only us from, because you got to think about it, these people only see us on like party scenes, or they see us at school. They never really get to like hear us and like see how we think. So I feel like this is a safe space for not only for people to get to know us, but to also understand how we may logically think and how we look at relationships. So
like man, it was a risk, man, because I wanted to have a woman co-host with me, but the girl I chose, she was kind of got busy, you know what I'm saying, just some stuff had happened, so it didn't work. And so I just told my boys, I was like, man, I said, they was like, man, you might as well just do it yourself. for a minute I was like, nah, I'm gonna find somebody. Just couldn't find nobody. So it was one day, man. I was like, man, I'm just go for it. I'm just do it. And it just, I'm blessed that it's had this much of a, impact. And I'm blessed that a lot of people have wanted to come on here and stuff like that. So I'm gonna just stay with it as long as I can. As long as I can.
And a lot of people struggle because, like, you just touched on something that's real essential. A lot of people stay stuck because they're waiting on the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the blessing is you going on your own because you can't do everything you can't do everything with somebody.
Yeah.
Later on.
That's
there
true.
are going to come times where you have to experience things on your own. You're going to have to learn things on your own because what if you had brought somebody on this show and you missed your lesson that you were supposed to learn because they were
right.
So there, I feel like you saying like you were blessed to have this, like God gave you this for something for you to do, not for you to share. It's your blessing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you want to
like
bless us. I feel you wanting to bless others and keep others involved, but like, this is yours.
I got you.
This is your idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like as you keep going, bro, you keep growing in your idea, and you keep your idea to yourself.
Right.
There's no problem with including others in what you're doing. There's no problem with including others, but understand at the end of the day, this is something that you put together. So I feel like you should keep this with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You sound like everybody else.
It was a good decision. I definitely support that. Like, but yeah, man, this is dope. This is a dope show. Dope podcast.
Appreciate
show podcast. Whatever.
Yes,
but
this
is dope, bro. And like, yeah, bro, keep it going.
Yeah.
Because you're really doing something for a lot of people, bro.
I'm trying, man.
Seeing it on social media, I'm like, God damn, it just started. Like, damn, like it's growing tremendously, bro.
I'm trying.
I love it. I love it, bro.
The grind is real, bro. It's had some I will say this, so it has had some negative effects.
Yeah.
Especially with women and stuff like that, man, because I'm so busy. And don't get me wrong, my whole time in college I've always been busy. I've always either been a student leader, whoever case may, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm doing all those things now plus the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Now plus Rich, whatever case may be. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it's always having me doing something. It's not a day that I don't do anything for my show. It's not that I don't do anything for my other podcast, which is the Rich podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's always something that needs to be done, and so it has created some uncomfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like lately, you know what I'm saying? Just telling me, hey, look, it's just some girls just can't deal with it.
I'm gonna tell you something. With the career that you're going into. I'll be forgetting we still live.
That's the point of the show. It's real.
I'm just dropping a lot of gems.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
When the career you're going into, it's like the crazy thing that I love about God is crazy. Like, and before y'all get on going, when y'all watch this, talk about this supposed to be about relationships. A relationship with God is actually a relationship. So shut up. The great thing about God is like when we talk about what we aspire to do and like where we aspire to go, God will put you in some of the craziest predicaments that all apply to where you're headed. You said when you get older, you want to do relationship counseling. You want to be heavily involved. A part of relationship counseling is also not dealing with the relationship, but dealing with the individuals.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to take the male's perspective,
how
they think,
and
the woman's perspective and how she may think.
Yeah.
I feel like this space is not only for you to, talk about relationship stuff and get the clout and like talk about the trending topics.
Yeah.
But it's also for you to learn how to deal with different
individuals.
perspectives individuals and how they may think and process things.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a blessing for you. This is why I said this is your blessing, because when you counseling them couples, it ain't gonna be you and this individual over here that she was co-hosting with.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is like practice.
Yeah.
If you ever look at it.
Yeah.
And you get followers and you get to grow something with it. Ain't that a blessing?
He said, "Ain't that a blessing?"
Like, ain't that a blessing?
I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We're often our hardest critic.
Yeah.
And with that being said,
Ain't
man,
no often we are.
Yeah, I don't really, bro. You know, I'm a really like humble guy, bro. I don't even see sometimes. You know, a lot of people come on here and they'll say, "Man, your following it's growing rapidly, man. This and the third." And it's like, man, I don't even see it, bro. I actually enjoy talking to individuals and just picking apart their brain, just seeing how they think and how they move. Yes, it's a relationship podcast because relationships are, you know, the relationship talk is very relevant nowadays,
right.
and I have a passion for it. But it's just simply just because, bro, I just like talking to people, man. I just like having conversations with them and just seeing what's good with them.
Good,
you know what I'm saying?
You have to talk a lot when you in that relationship.
Exactly.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
I can
bro.
tell you now, shoot. I mean, man, this is your safe space, bro. This is your practice. Don't take this as just something like you do for fun, but take this serious.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm saying, like, you know, just remember, like, you know, this is practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is practice. This is a safe space, and this is also a way for you to network. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, this is not only you practicing for your future, but this is you building something. You know, people making money off of podcasts now, and like,
it gets big,
and stuff like that. You're growing rapidly. So not only are you practicing for your career, but in a career, guess what you do? You make money because it's your career. As this keeps growing and you start making money, it's practice for your career.
Yeah.
You just making money practicing.
Yeah, basically.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild, bro. Like, so, like, my thing for you, I don't even have any more questions, bro. I'm good. If you have any more for me, I'll keep going. But I just wanted to tell you that, bro. Like, pour into you, man. Like, for real, I see all that you're doing. Like, I asked you questions, but I really just wanted to tell you, like, bro, keep doing what you're doing, bro. This was a great investment. I'm just gonna say an investment because I declare and decree receive everything back that you've poured into this, and you'll receive it more abundantly, bro. This is great.
I appreciate that,
really
man.
Dope. And I feel like as you keep growing, like, you're gonna draw more people here. You never know, a big celebrity might be on here one day. You never know,
that's a dream.
That's a dream, you never know, man. Like,
yeah, if I could get some celebrities on here, man, I got a couple in mind. I would just want, man, just
let me know, cause I'll give you a list of questions. Like, ask them this.
Yeah, it's crazy because Creighton, he came on here. He asked me, you know, what celebrities, male and female. He said like 3 men that I want to bring on here and 3 women I want to bring on here, man. I'm telling you, man. If I could, bro, Savannah James, LeBron's wife, Savannah James. I would want to bring her on here just simply because I would just want to see. Okay, so how did you deal with being with LeBron? Just in general, you know, what comes with being with him, who he is as a person, who he's an individual. How did you balance all that different stuff? You know what I'm saying? And just different guys, man. Like I would like to bring Michael B. Jordan over here.
That would be interesting.
Just to see, like, man, what did you do? Like, how did you get here? You know what I'm saying? Talk about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Just different stuff like that, bro. Chris Brown would be another one. I would like to just bring him on just so he can just, like, man, the adversity he had to go through, especially with that reunion and stuff like that, bro. How did he bounce back from that? You know what I'm saying? Because it was in a moment in time, bro. The world just turned on him. You know what I'm saying? Just from that stuff. So I would just like to see it, man. You know, I look at podcasts like Shannon Sharp podcast, and it's a wide range, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I want my podcast to be, bro, just a wide range of topics, a wide range of things, individuals.
That's what it should be, man.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that, bro. Keep it going. Any other questions for me?
Nah, man. You said you ain't got nothing for me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, so he came on here, he done dropped his gems, and that's that.
Peace and blessings. I'm good.
All right, man. Well, I'll be back on here next Thursday and next Friday, man. So y'all tune in. D's episode will be out sometime probably sometime in 2 weeks. I got a lot of episodes to drop. So a lot of stuff going on. But man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe to the channel. Comment, whatever the case may be. Love y'all, bro. Y'all be safe. Oh, let me get a video. I do a video. Everybody come on here. You gotta let me know what you think, man, after this, man.
Nah, bro, it was dope, man. I hope I don't get canceled.
Nah, you didn't say that. Oh, boy, D man, you're.
Do that again.
Do that again.
Oh,
I was
not
just about to say
ready.
that. Ready? You're.
Yo. Nah, this is crazy, man.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I tried to be real logical. I tried to be logical. I was like, man, you just gotta think about it this way. Like, a lot of people don't think nowadays. It's like a job to think. Like people treat thinking as a job now. It's like, dude, you're weird.